Good morning. So the executive decision was made to run 14-inch tires as they're $8 cheaper than 15-inch tires. So I mounted a bunch of 14s and I have to set the ride height on this thing and we gotta pack it. I gotta take out the strut spacers, which means I gotta reset the toe, and then I gotta lower this thing because I had the race tires on just to make clearance. Okay, so I got my Volk hex mesh, which I washed. Did some acid cleaning with these, and I'm thinking I might as well just put a fresh coat of gold on there. Got the crosswinds, and then I got my XR4s, which I should also polish. Then I also have my RS8s, which I also have to polish, and I might as well throw some gold on there also. Okay, so the secret to mask these off is to use business cards or playing cards or flash cards. So I got some flash cards here. I'm just gonna shove them in between the lip and the face. Okay, so I can honestly say they are better than before. Only thing that bothers me is I painted the bolts, but for the amount of time I put in, not bad. Got a little bit of gold on the lip. I can clean that up, but looking decent. Should probably get them on the car, lower it, and align it. Okay, before I do anything, I gotta take off this spacer, which I 3D printed this just to clear the race tires I had. Sway bar's working too good. Okay. Okay. There it is. Got it out. I don't even think this is 100% infill, but it's worked. Obviously, we're rubbing. Rubbing ball joint. So I probably have to put a spacer on here just because I got 50 mil roll centers, and partially why I don't run 14s in front. Okay, and I don't know, that ball joint looks like it's seen better days, but it rubs literally right here. I don't even have the grease fitting. I shaved it flush. But yeah. And there's my 50 millimeter of roll center correction. That big aluminum block. Okay, I got some spacers here. These look like 20 mil. The problem with this is usually the stud sticks out. See? Luckily the wheels I'm running have these little pockets, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so just make sure your wheel sits flush against the spacer and it's not getting hung up on any studs. And might have a little poke but we'll deal with that later. Okay, so you always want to torque down your lugs, spacer or no spacer, and I'm just gonna go to 80 foot-pounds. Never know how to read the numbers on a torque wrench, but that seems like 80. Okay, if this was a vented rotor, you could just shove a screwdriver in there. This is non-vented. I'm gonna do this, put a bunch of pressure on this cap and these studs, or maybe just the studs. See if we bend this breaker bar. Okay, that turned a little. Okay, preferably I'd like 19 mil, but all I could find were 21 mil hex, just because I had to use these open-ended ones for the spacer, but it's fine. And I was gonna repack this wheel, but I repacked these recently at the tow pack track day and redid the preload, which, whatever. They make a lot of noise when you drive. Okay. We're gonna lower it partially, not all the way. We're gonna get our torque wrench. We're gonna flip this around to our 21 side, and we're gonna torque her to 80. Okay, now that it's torqued, I'm going to lower it all the way. And I gotta say, that sits pretty nice. Probably gonna settle a little more, but let's hope we don't rub. Okay, let's do this side. We didn't pack this side with bearing grease, even though it looks like it's spewing from the cap. I'm literally just gonna shove a bunch of grease in here and call it done to wherever it needs to go. There you go. Preventative maintenance. She's looking decent. Okay, can't make it out of the driveway because it's already rubbing. And I really don't want to mangle this fender. So we're just gonna max out the camber and we'll redo the alignment later. Man, look how high the back is. All to fit those race tires that I had on there. While we're at it, we're gonna make some brake pads. Okay. This thing is jacked up, literally jacked up. Hey, look, it's already loose. Okay, so we gotta slam this and make the shocks equal. Check out that 4-link. Check out the jack stand in the rocks with the wood. And since this is drooping, check out an exhaust hanger. Check out that exhaust hanger sagging because all of this droop. Okay, well, let's make some adjustments. Okay, so I could eyeball them the same, or I could just put like 2 zip ties stacked up in here and, you know, will be sort of even. I could 3D print some shims or a spacer, but I think that works great. Should probably check the ride height, how it sits, but we gotta set the droop first, and either way I probably won't change it anyway. Okay, on the other side, these are the brake pads I put in. They're centric, shitty centrics, right? This is the brake pads I took off originally. They're worn down, pretty worn down, but probably still have life in it. Actually, man, I should just slap these back in. So these suck. These are worn down. These are what I bought on eBay. Some Hawks. I don't know what they're for, but they were cheap. So what we do is trace that out, cut it out, and we got new brakes. Okay, we just cut it out. Okay, that took way too long, but here we go. We have a pad. Let's hope it fits. Check that out. No clips, just that clip. That should work perfect. Got both brakes on. Let's put on these wheels. Almost forgot. One more step before I drop it. Look at this, mechanic in a bottle. Nasty funnel with mechanic in a bottle. This stuff flows pretty good. Maybe there's sand in here. Drives like a car, and I drove it with the hood open. Little Josh is here. We're gonna line this thing because I lowered it and we need to set the toe. Ended up at the car meet. Car runs, drives, still whines. Okay, so drove this to work and check out that brake dust. Dude, that's how you know the brakes work great. And here's the other side. Freaking dirty. And then I really don't see any rub. Surprisingly, we drove this to Long Beach and really no rub. Both sides. It's great.